Oh, well, I haven't said this in a long time, but good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you're all very well. Straight up, I haven't been uploading for like 6-7 months now, and I do apologize about that. I was going through a lot of financial crisis, but the good news is that I've got myself a new job, new salary, new everything now. It's kind of like a new life. Hopefully I can get back into karting and upload more regularly. So anyways, the last time I have been to Teamsport Reading was back in the 23rd of January. It was like 8 months ago. So now, as you all probably all noticed and heard, I am now at Teamsport Reading, and they've now gone full electric. I think a lot of Teamsports nowadays are all converting over to electric now. It's a shame that the petrols are gone. I prefer petrol, but the electric ones are alright. They're not bad. The last time I've been on an electric kart was probably over in Eastleigh, and I really enjoyed them. Today, we arrived at Teamsport Reading. They've got a new signage with the blue logo and everything now, instead of the red. I think this is the whole new like electronic karts now. They're all going like blue logos and stuff like that, and I think the red logos just mean it's over on petrol. I have not seen any photos or any videos or anything about Reading now. I don't know what to expect. I've heard they've got this combat karts now, they've got bowling and stuff like that, but I've never seen videos, pictures or anything. Like I said, I don't know what to expect, so the reaction that you're going to get out of me is all pure, and I'm very excited about it. So today we are doing a 3 for 2. Yeah, I don't know what to say really, because I haven't been in or anything. So anyways, that's enough me talking in that. It's good to be back vlogging again, and let's get some racing in. So I had a good look around. It is slightly changed. I noticed in the bar area on the very top, it's a little bit more extended. It's a lot more wider in that now. It's much better. I love the neon lights they put around. I like the different signings in the corridor. Everything's like blue. It's you can really tell that Teamsport has put a little bit of effort in to put up these signs and stuff. And the craziest thing, there's 2 separate tracks for the combat karts and the actual racing karts as well. And also I just found out, I genuinely thought that they are going to use biz karts, electric ones, over at Eastleigh, but no, just found out they are using Sodi's, which is brilliant. Sodi is a brilliant company for rental karts and that. I do sometimes enjoy them outdoors and that. I've never ever experienced a electric Sodi in indoor track, and I'm very excited to use it. I don't know what to expect or anything about it, but I'm just going to keep an open mind, see how it feels on the first session. Also, I'm really happy to go and see that they got a really small bowling alley, a little bit more entertainment for people who are currently waiting in between sessions. There was a basketball thing, there was air hockey, stuff like that. That's really cool. And I do believe a little bit of feedback with Teamsport and that at the very end, where the basketball hoops are, it'd be really cool to go and add some of them simulators, which the same ones are over at Eastleigh. I think they were very popular. I think they were fantastic. I think it'd be really cool to have something like that here in Reading. I understand it is very costly and stuff like that, but they are wicked to drive and wicked to play on. But yeah, it just feels a little bit empty over where the basketball hoops is. I do think that you need to put maybe more arcade machines or them simulators or something. A little bit more entertainment over there. I think that'd be really, really cool. I had a good look through the windows of the track. It is a lot shorter now. It is compared to before it was electric. It kind of reminds me of the old layout when I first started racing here at Teamsport Reading, where they had two separate tracks. You got the bottom floor and the top floor, and sometimes they do a little bit of mix. Kind of reminds me like that. But yeah, no, very, very excited for this session later on today. But anyways, that's enough of me talking. I will show you guys the track. I'll see you on the track. So here we are, we're now in the kart. I would just like to say welcome to Teamsport Reading. I just want to quickly point out the brand new karts. So there is a red small button in the center in between your legs. You press that, you can fully adjust the pedals, and then above it there is a black lever which you pull out and you can raise up and down the steering wheel, which is a brand new feature with these Sodi karts, which are fantastic. I'm about to show you the external view. You see a red button right there, you press that can fully release the pedals a lot closer to you, and if you press it you can push it back, and the black lever you pull it out and you can lift up the steering wheel and down. As you can see on the steering wheel, the boost button is on the very top right of the steering wheel, so please use that as your advantage. So we are on the track at Teamsport Reading. Again, I haven't driven this for a very long time, and I would like to say a quick warning. The downstairs is incredibly slippery. As you can see, I have spun out right here, made a fool out of myself. I think a lot of people was like, oh, this guy's in a green suit with a green helmet and he must know what he's doing. I may look like, you know, I've got all the gear with no idea, some like to say. But anyways, it was a massive learning curve again. It's like trying to learn to drive at Teamsport all over again. It's just learning it all over again. When coming down on the ramp, this bit is incredibly slippery. You're holding down the brakes, you hear it all squeak and stuff like that, and like the rears just lock up, and it's just like driving on an ice rink. You're coming in, you can see just constantly counter steering, and it's just driving on ice. It's absolutely insane because I'm so used to of the previously when it was a petrol karts and that. Downstairs was fairly grippy during the summer, but it's like right now it feels like winter but a little bit worse. With the upstairs bit, I really like that section. You kind of have to swing to the left and then like flick it to the right and hit that apex. You don't need to brake around that area. The kart will just slow you down once you flick it, and just keep your accelerator down. This session was rather interesting. There was a lot of new drivers. It's a typical arrive and drive open sessions. You're going to get all sorts of drivers. Some of them are very, very new to the sport. They're probably just driven here for the very first time, or it's their first time actually driving the car. God, we go 3 wide going through the corner there. And I got hit from behind and I hit the person in front. Not really much I can do. That was brave. But anyways, what was I saying about this type of sessions? That we did encounter a lot of yellow flags and multiple black flags. Some of them you bump into too much, and some of them were actually trying to learn the racing line here and trying to see where the brake marker is, and I completely lost it at the same corner again. So I thought, quickly do a U, trying to get in front of that person, wave just to say, yep, sorry for pouring out in front of you. You know, it's one of these things. It was an absolute ice rink. I could never get that right when I first went back onto the track. So come around here, I really like this section. I think this is one of my favourite parts. You stick to the left there, you kind of like flick it round, hit that apex and come along here. So let me pause here. Have you noticed that? Yes, I got black flagged. So I was really confused, like, what have I done here? So let's go into pits and actually find out from a marshal what I've actually done wrong.
So I've just been told it's for doing a U-turn on track. I know it makes sense of how slippy it is and everything, but because it's a one-way track, you know, it's unsafe to do a U-turn.
Yeah,
so
it probably wasn't safe.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's
So if you're in that situation, just stick your hand out, Mark will come over.
will do. Cheers. As you all heard, I got in trouble for doing a U-turn onto oncoming traffic. The last bit that I didn't actually quite hear at the end, after reviewing this video, is that what I was supposed to do is sit there and put my hand up and wait for a marshal. But all out of my mind is just, I want to get back out there, try and learn as much as I can. Just say yes, accept your, just apologise and be on your way. All I was thinking is just that I pulled out in front of someone and it was dangerous. And yes, it was incredibly dangerous for me to pull out in front of that person. But anywho, back out on the track and we're continuing to race and actually start to learn this track on this slippery circuit. So coming up to ramp here, I don't know whether you notice, I am using the boost button. If you look on the very top right on the steering wheel, I don't know whether you notice, but there is no light for it. It doesn't tell you when your boost is available compared over to easily. This thing is just a bit of a guess at the moment. It does look like it's supposed to light up, but neither of them do. So I'm not sure whether that's just by design. I am not quite sure, but it's pretty much a guessing game when it comes to using the boost. You kind of just have to press it and hopefully you get to feel it. Multiple times I was going around the track and was pressing the boost button here, just trying to get away from this guy, and actually, you believe it or not, it worked. And I think it's brilliant just to, trying to overtake someone and trying to boost yourself up on the ramp. Because I'm quite a heavy person, I sometimes use the boost just to get myself up the ramp. And I'm trying loads of different areas, like coming down this ramp, pressing the boost here and trying to see whether you can get top speed here. I was like, maybe not, let's try this one. Press the boost button here. I've really felt it kick off, and I don't know whether it scrapes off a few temps, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm just constantly trying it in multiple different areas and try and remember when I look at my lap times, where am I improving and where is it not working and stuff like that. So it's quite difficult to tell because I'm just constantly pressing it everywhere I go. But we followed this gentleman up ahead. Hopefully we can try and get another overtake here. And I'm still thinking, I'm still learning the track here, and this person spun out. I stopped and I just let this person go. Luckily no one was right behind me. But yeah, just learning this track is just trying to understand, right, where do I need a brake, where do I need a lift, and I need a throttle around that boot sector and stuff like that. I am familiarised with that part of the circuit. Some areas I'm not so keen, like this one right here, this hairpin. This is very normal. I know exactly where to brake, where you need to follow the line. I knew straight away that I need to keep left here, flick it and hit this apex and try and go for it. And this one I remember as well from previous versions of the track, and knowing like, right, where can I brake here? I noticed there was a yellow line on the floor. I kind of use that as a braking marker, and it's exactly the same here. You've got a yellow line on the floor. Try to use a bit of brake there and lift. It's crazy how you don't really use the brake as much, because when you lift the accelerator, the battery in the car kind of just slows you down. Looks like I'm going for a double overtake here, which was a pretty good mood for myself, and I was very happy when I look ahead. I was like, I've got clean air, so I can really start focusing on trying to get a fast lap time in. If I remember correctly, talking about lap times, I think I managed to get a 38.1. I don't know whether that's good, I'm not 100% sure, but I have heard in the member sessions that people are getting around 34 seconds. Which is really, really impressive. It's very much like Eastleigh when they do member sessions. They do tune the karts a little bit more, so they do go a lot faster. But when it comes to these open races, like the 2 15-minute sessions or 3 for 2 and stuff, they will put it on a setting where it's slightly a little bit slower. But the speed right now, it's going down that ramp on that straight, it's just like, wow. The speed on it is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. I love the weight of the car. It's absolutely brilliant. It just feels really, really good. You've got 2 very heavy batteries on either side. It's got a really small brake caliber in the middle of the axle, which is just right behind you on your back. Yeah, it works really nicely, and I do like the steering wheels there as well. They're really comfortable. Yeah, brilliant karts. They were fantastic. So moving on, side by side with this gentleman here, let's try and go for an overtake here, trying to brake a little bit later and manage to get a good exit. That was a massive job done. So following here, hit the apex, full acceleration down. Feel free to lift it a bit. As you can see with my right foot, I lift just to get that rotation and immediately pull it down. Exactly the same here, lift, don't use the brake, you kind of just rotate round. Right here, I'm gently on the brake. You don't want to lock it up or anything, and you want to get your foot down as soon as possible. And when coming around this sector, I tried to flick it and trying to get a much better line, and I spun out again like an absolute loser. So right here, I was watching ahead. I was putting my hand up to say, guys, I'm here. I see it was all clear. I decided to make a UE. I saw Marshall coming over. I gave him a thumbs up to say, yep, all clear, back onto the track, and off we go, green light. So I was like, okay, we've got a lot of traffic up ahead now. This is going to make things a little bit more interesting. So coming up to the ramp, I actually don't know what turn this is actually, believe it or not. So I can see a lot of traffic up ahead. We're just going to see, be mindful, take it easy around here, because a lot of them are still learning. But I would like to pause here. Look at that. Another black flag. Yep. I found out shortly after the session, but that was pretty much the end of my day. Once I came off the track, a little bit in frustration, I had a chat with the marshals, and it turns out that I wasn't allowed to do a U-turn, even though it was safe for me to do so. But yeah, bit of a bummer. I was really fed up. But that was pretty much the end of my day. Anyways, thank you so much for everyone of watching this new video, and I'll make sure I will be uploading more regularly. And I've got a few more videos planned coming up very soon. But anyways, thank you so much for everyone to watching my video, and thank you for 400 subscribers as well. I've noticed over the time period that I haven't been uploading, I managed to hit 400. I'm really happy with that, so thank you everyone has been sticking around and socializing and everything. So anyways, thanks again everyone. Don't forget to give a like. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe to my channel. You don't have to, but it would really help me. And also, if you've been to Teamsport Reading, tell me what your fastest lap time is. I would love to know. Stick it in the comments below. Anyways, take care now. Goodbye.